All right, everybody. Sorry I've been gone for a long time. Just been dealing with a lot of stuff, so trying to get back to my videos. Everybody knows that I enjoy doing these for you guys, so I still have a lot more new blades to go through, and so yeah, I thought I'd start it off with this guy right here. So let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. Let's talk blades. So that's what we're into. I know I've been gone for a while, I know, but I want to try and do as many of these as I can, as recent as I can, as often as I can now, if I can. But yeah, so let's get into it. Spydoerco. And you guys know I'm a big Spydoerco fanboy. So this one is the K390 Police, and this is the full serrated version. So I've been carrying this for a little while, and I gotta tell you, it's the lightweight, obviously. It's really nice, really nice. So before I get into the knife, obviously you get your Spydoerco information, you got your literature, so you got your product book right here, you got your little information book about the blade steel and the knife itself and all that, so warranty information, all that good stuff. You also get this, which is clipped onto the actual knife. Okay, it basically talks about the blade steel, and you got your Spydoerco sticker, which is nice. I actually like that they add that. And of course you got your tactical silica, which you can throw in the face of your enemies, piss them off, and have them chase after you and get your ass handed to you. So this right here, I've been a huge fan of the police model, and I know it's an older model, but it's tried and true. I gotta tell you, I don't think, if you don't mind the size, this is a fantastic knife to carry. A lot of people don't like carrying big knives. I'm a big knife kind of guy. You just get a lot done with a bigger knife. Not to mention it's great for any last-ditch self-defense. It just kind of gives you that reassurance and that kind of sense of security when you carry something like this. So it's always good to have, especially when you go out camping or if you're hiking or anything like that. It's good to have a decent knife on you. Sometimes not a lot of people want to carry around a big old fixed blade. This is a little bit bigger than your average 4-inch blade, so this is really good for that. You got your blue bi-directional volcano spider grip on there. FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon, for those of you who don't know what that is. And of course you got your Spydoerco K390 steel, Seki City Japan stamp on both sides, Spydoerco logo, and of course Sal Glesser's little, I don't know why, but every time I look at that it just looks like a dead mosquito on there. But I mean, it goes with the the look. You got a black pocket clip, and yes, every time I get a new Spydoerco, and I still have to do this, I have to bend the pocket clip down some, so that way it's less likely to catch on stuff. I have this luck where if I carry around a Spydoerco, the pocket clip, if it's not modified, can catch onto things and it'll bend out of place. I've had that happen to me in the past, and it just kind of destroys my want to carry a Spydoerco on me. Not all Spydoerco knives have that aggressive lip to it, but some of them do. So especially with Endura models or anything close to like these kind of plastic handle ones, their pocket clips are a little bit aggressive. They stick up a little. So I have to take the pocket clip off, bend this lip down a little bit so it's a little bit more flush, and it's just easier not to get hung up on stuff. The only thing you have to worry about is this big old hunk thing sticking out, but that's necessary for the pocket, so it should be fine. A skeletonized frame on the inside of there, so that way it's lightweight. You got a really big handle there. I'll get the scale out and the measuring tape, so that way we can get a good idea of how big this big boy is. And yes, you got the serrations on there, and it's kind of a chisel grind, it looks like, because if you see, this side's all sharpened down and it's got that it's got that downward slope, but on this side it's just flat. So I'm pretty sure that's chisel grind, right? Let me guess. Let me see. Yep, chisel. Right up here. You guys can't really see that with chisel. Got chisel grind. So it's a chisel grind, but it's also a full flat ground, kind of, because you got the spine here that's nice and wide, and then it tapers to a very fine. So flat grind, yeah, there it is, right up here. So yeah, you got all that good and happy stuff. I'm a little rusty, guys, kind of, you know, bear with me here. And on the shield, of course, you got the Spydoerco Police 4 emblem on there. Not a huge fan of the blue handle, but it's actually not bad. I have to admit, I actually, as long as it's not some like weird, you know, bright color that I don't really feel comfortable carrying, this is actually okay. And the fact that it has a black pocket clip, it's not bad. It doesn't scream like, hey, you know, look at me type thing. So that's a good thing. I've carried this a few times, and I gotta say, I like the K390 steel. I really do. I really enjoy the K390 steel. It's not, it's a, what do they say? Like, it's a, someone said it was a super steel. I don't really want to say it's a super steel. It's just a really good tool steel. It'll keep an edge for a long time. I've stabbed this through a couple of boxes. I think I've cut a couple of oranges with it. And yes, mindfully, I have wiped it down because I don't want to leave it on there. This, because of it being K390, it will patina over time if you don't take care of your knife. If you don't regularly clean it or wash it, or if you don't mind that look, which I don't. It will grow patina over time, and you will see a little bit of natural markings. Don't freak out about that. It's just, you know, the blade steel doing what it does best. But it's nice. I really like this. I've noticed that it hasn't really lost its edge from just the typical things that I've cut open, whether it's cardboard or some, you know, packaging. I've messed around with this, although I should have gotten it on camera. I've been playing around with it, and it's been a really, really awesome knife, and I really do like that blade steel, which also in turn probably tells me that, hey, it's probably going to be a chore to sharpen. Anyways, you got the forward choil up here, so you got jimping on both of these ends, so if you want to choke up, you can. Back here is the normal grip for me anyways. You got so much real estate on that handle. If you want to choke down, you can do that. You got all that extra reach. The police model, I think, is really, it's just an awesome Spydoerco design that I really, really enjoy. This one doesn't have the Boyd dent on there. It's just a regular backlock, but hey, you know, will that bother you? I guess that really just depends. I've noticed, though, over time, I had to put just a tiny bit of Loctite on the pivot screw, only because this would be way too loose and it would just fall shut, which is nice when it falls shut, but there's blade play, and I've noticed that that's because of the pivot. So there's a little bit of side-to-side wobble, which I really don't care much for, so I kind of tuned it to where it's just at that right tightness where it's not too tight, and yeah, it's not fall shutty, but it also doesn't have blade play, so it's kind of like that happy medium, I guess, if you want to call it that. But if you're thinking about getting this knife, you're looking at spending $175 and change. At least that's what I checked on Blade HQ and Knife Center. Could be different other places. I had trouble trying to choose whether or not I wanted the full flat ground version, the regular blade, or the version I have now with the serrations. But I knew that I didn't have a Spydoerco Police with serrations on it, with a full serrated blade. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Get one with full serrated blade. It's actually really nice. I really very much enjoy it. I think it's really cool looking. It's different, you know. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get the weight on this big guy. Hopefully it's gonna be a decent number. Yeah, okay, so under 5 ounces, 4.19. That's actually really nice. You know, 5 ounces is my sweet spot. You guys know that. And of course, we're gonna get the length. So bear with me here. Like I said, I'm shaking the rust off. So yeah, the reach on this blade is 4.5 inches from the handle to the very tip of the blade. You got a cutting surface of right on that 4 inches of cutting of blade right there. It does have a total of 10 inches. Yeah, 10 inches. Yeah. And of course you got a 5.5, little over 5.5 inch blade there, handle. So it's going to be it's going to take a decent amount of real estate in the pocket, but I guess that all really just depends on you and what you want to use this for. A lot of people tend to want to carry this. I know there's a friend of mine who's a security guard, and he carries a police on him all the time, and it's the lightweight with the black and the VG10 lightweight, same handle material. He loves it. He thinks it's great. He doesn't use it for, you know, any crazy self-defense stuff. He carries it on him because if he needs to cut anything or he needs to free anything, he can do that with a decent sized blade, and he loves the feel of the handle, which I do too. I can agree with him on that. But it's also nice and big and intimidating, so it kind of has that kind of self-defense-y kind of feel to it. When you have it in hand, it just feels good. It really does. I really like that handle. It's really nice. Really, really nice. But I very much enjoy the spider hole. That's always something. I think I more prefer a spider hole over a thumb stud. I can get that to open a lot better. Thumb studs I really don't mind too much, but the spider hole, it just makes sense to me. It really does. It's probably why Spydoerco is just so great, in my opinion. But you know, that just depends on whether or not you're willing to spend. Because I know a lot of people don't like spending over $100 for a knife. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it is a bit steep, you know. But you get a lot of knife. You really do. You get a lot of knife. Would I put a deep carry pocket clip on this guy? Maybe, maybe not. But if I do, I'd probably pick Lynch, you know. They have really good deep carry pocket clips, especially for the police model. And yes, when I got this, the centering on this was a little strange. It's hugging this side right here, but that's how I got it. Even when I had to tighten up just to get this thing not to be so, you know, blade plate-y. It kind of likes to hug this side right here. Does it bother me? It kind of does, but it's not rubbing, you know. I don't see any scratch marks or anything like that. It's fine for what it is, being an EDC knife. For me, it doesn't really bother me too much. So yeah. Oh, calipers. What am I doing? What am I doing? Come on, guys, speak up. I'm kidding. Ooh, did it die? Has it been that long? Oh, my calipers died. So much for being prepared, right? I thought I replaced that battery in there just recently. Oh well. Well, I would have gotten a measurement on that. Sorry, folks, but don't worry. I'll try and make sure I can get that battery replaced and better prepared for it. I think it turns on when it's not supposed to. I think that's what eats the battery on that thing. Little fatal flaw there. But this might come off as a thin blade, but I gotta tell you, for a thin blade, it's a lot of blade. So don't freak out too much. It's a really slicey blade because of the blade design, so it's really nice. I cut through things with ease, so really like that full flat grind right there. That's really nice. Not too much of a fan of the chisel grind, but the way they executed it on this, it actually doesn't look bad with the serrations. I gotta be honest with you, it's actually really nice. I really do enjoy that. And of course, the handle being what it is and being lightweight for its size, it really does make a difference. This thing is a breeze carrying for its size and weight. You practically forget it's even on you. It's really, and being under 5 ounces, it's really good. Anyways, I'm glad to be back, and I'm going to try and do as much as I can with these videos. I still got a few more Spydoercos to go, so stick tuned to that. Stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested, this knife is still for sale. I believe it's on Amazon also. If you guys really want to check it out, get yourself one. If you're a fan of bigger knives like I am, why not? So also, I gotta tell you, appreciate the people in your life. Okay, appreciate the people in your life, and I mean that. Anybody that's in your life. Before I end this video, I want to tell you guys that you never know when somebody isn't going to be around anymore. And that could mean that a situation ends, relationships or friendships, or even if there's a death. Appreciate the people in your life, because you never know when you'll never see them again. Or when you know that things aren't just going to work out and you're just going to see a lot less of them. Appreciate them and let them know that you appreciate them. All right? If I knew this when I was much younger, I probably would have conditioned myself way better to learn to do that a little better now. And in times when I knew I should have applied that a little bit more. Because you never know. We're not given anything more than today. And we're not promised anything. We're not promised tomorrow. Anyways, enough of that sob shit. Go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys are notified anytime I post new stuff in these craziest of times. Everybody, please be kind, be safe, and carry responsibly. I'll see you all amazing people in the next video.